In today's beginner-friendly video, we will paint a relaxing and easy watercolor pattern that is perfect for beginners and for anyone who wishes to experience the joy of painting with watercolors. Hi everyone, I'm Pooja and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. This pattern is perfect to improve your brush control skills. We will draw a lot of different shapes and line styles that will give you the confidence to paint with ease and make you comfortable making marks with your brush. Let's begin. As for paints, you can choose any color group of your choice. I have chosen 4 colors: red, orange, pink and yellow. I'm going to keep it simple in terms of colors as today's focus is on making brush marks without worrying too much about the color scheme. Mix the colors of your choice onto the palette and keep them ready before you begin painting. As for the base line work, I have drawn horizontal lines across the page starting from top to bottom. The distance between the lines is random. Some are wide apart and some are close to each other. So I would suggest you to draw light pencil lines which will serve as a guide to paint your pattern row-wise. The shapes that we are going to draw today are pretty straightforward and you can simply draw what I am drawing or make your own shapes and lines. For the first row, using a round 6 brush, I am drawing U shapes all across the row and then filling them in further using more U shapes. I'll be filling up the innermost small U shape using the same color. Use the tip of the brush and draw shapes as if you're drawing them with a pen. Keep your wrist placed onto the paper at all times to ensure you have support while drawing these shapes. Ensure that your paint is neither too dry nor too runny. The consistency should be free-flowing. Keep adding enough water if the paint starts to dry up. For the next row, I'm choosing Indian yellow and using the same brush, I'm going to draw oval shapes all across the row and later make marks inside them. I'm going to keep the ovals pretty close to each other as this is a tightly spaced, compact style pattern. The idea here is to follow along as I paint, but don't rush to paint with my speed. You can pause to paint and take your own time to finish every row. I want you to find this process calming and relaxing as you experience the satisfaction of drawing easy shapes. As you progress through the rows, it almost starts to feel meditative when you strike a rhythm between your brush, paints, and the shapes that you're drawing. So be sure to slow down. For all the remaining rows, I am switching to size 4 round brush to draw all the shapes. For this row, I am going to draw simple slant lines that are closely spaced. I am painting this pattern impromptu without any prior preparation or practice, and that actually keeps the pattern quite unpredictable. I don't know how it is going to turn out, and perhaps that is the most exciting part of recording this process for you. Let's move on to the next row. Be sure to switch colors for each row. For this row, I'm going to draw a simple curve that resembles a hook. Go slow as you draw the first few shapes as you get a hang of it. After you repeat the shape a few times, the rest of them will follow with ease. These patterns will not only help you to master your brush control, but also develop muscle memory as you draw in a repetitive manner. These exercises will help you a lot when you paint other subjects such as florals and leaves. For the row after, I chose simple vertical lines that are closely spaced. Every time you have dry tip of the brush, reload the brush with paint and start again. After a point, this will come naturally to you, and that is exactly what will make you feel you're in a meditative state. You won't have to think before painting, and your hand will enter a free-flowing state of drawing shapes with no fear of going wrong. Next, we will draw closely spaced S-curves and fill up the row with them. I'm still using my size 4 round brush. For the next row, I chose to draw circles that are placed next to each other and then fill them in with dots in the center. For the next row, I'm drawing inverted teardrop shapes and then filling them up with small lines or marks. If you're liking to paint patterns like these, then be sure to check my other videos that I've linked below in the description box. These videos are perfect to follow along, especially on days when you have no idea what to paint, but still want to get your brush out and do some painting exercises. In my book, Modern Watercolor Workshop, I have 21 pattern projects, all written in a step-by-step manner. The 21 patterns are divided into 7 styles of patterns, with each set having a difficulty level marked as 1, 2 and 3. So by the end of the book, you will have the skill set to paint patterns that are at beginner, intermediate and advanced levels. Check more details about my book using the link below in the description box. For the next row, which is slightly wide, I'm going to first start by drawing vertical lines a bit away from each other. I will then come back to them and add details by drawing sort of 3 arrowheads on each vertical line. Like I said, each row of this pattern is undecided and I have no idea how things would look whatsoever. But let's just go with the flow. This was my exact thought process while recording this part of the video. Now the next row is a bit narrow, so I filled it up with slant lines again, like in row 3 above, but this time in the other direction. Okay, now for the next row, I'm drawing regular up-down lines, but I was a bit unsure at first, so I decided to use a pencil and then trace it over with the brush. Having pencil work as a guide is always an option, and if you're having a hard time drawing any particular shape, then go ahead and make those pencil guides first. And now I'm filling them up with small triangles as the innermost shape. We don't want to have too many white open spaces in this pattern. Like I said before, this is a very tightly spaced, compact pattern, and I want to keep that feel throughout the pattern. So I'm making sure that there are no big wide gaps in any of the rows. Now in the gaps above, I'm going to add inverted teardrop shapes, maybe 3 of them in each white gap, and then just give it a feel of a flower and fill up all of those spaces in a similar manner. Now to make the pattern look cohesive, we can certainly repeat some shapes that we have drawn at the top. So for this row, I'm going to repeat the curved hook shape that we drew in row number 4. We are already halfway through the page, and I hope you're able to follow along to finish this pattern together. Starting small is always an option if you don't want to paint on a paper of this size. You can even go as small as the size of a bookmark. So give yourself that option of how big or small you wish to paint. For the next row, we will draw inverted U shapes, just a mirror image of the very first row. For the next row, which is slightly wider, I'm going to draw 3 petal teardrop shaped flowers that are slightly spaced apart. Let's fill up the white space at the top with small dots. I'm going to fill up the next row with vertical lines again that are closely spaced. Let's draw some oval shapes in the next row, similar to the ones we drew in the very beginning. And I'm also going to make small marks or lines inside them. Now let's draw some up-down lines for the next row and fill up the space. I hope by now you're able to pretty much start filling up the rows by yourself without having to think a lot. For the next row, let's draw some curved C shapes. These might seem tricky at first, especially because of the way the brush moves, but I'm sure you will get a hang of it as you draw the first few ones. Let's repeat the U shapes that we drew at the very beginning for this next row. I'm going to repeat the exact same style that we drew earlier. Continuing in this manner, I'm going to fill up all the remaining rows with the shapes that we have explored before in the previous rows. I really hope that this tutorial helped you master your brush control and was able to boost your confidence while making marks with brush. I'm glad that you were able to find the time and space for yourself and show up to paint along with me today. Do feel free to share your ideas in the comment box below, and I will be more than happy to design tutorials based on those lines. I have many such guided step-by-step tutorials on the Skillshare platform as well. If you had fun painting today, then do like this video and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss future tutorials. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again in the next one.